5 powerful families which control our lives and our world. Rockefeller family. The Rockefeller family is an American industrial, political, and banking family that owns one of the world's largest fortunes. The fortune was made in the American petroleum industry during the late 19th and early 20th centuries by brothers John D. Rockefeller and William A. Rockefeller Jr., primarily through Standard Oil. According to a myth, it is uncertain as to what amount of wealth this family has managed to accumulate over the years. No one knows the exact report, but according to a source, an estimation of around $1 and $3 trillion was said to be the family's net worth. John Rockefeller was the first billionaire of the entire country during the end of the 19th century. The House of Saud. The House of Saud, the Saudi royal family, has a monarchical history extending back nearly a century. The family's massive fortune, estimated at $95 billion, has grown thanks to decades of payments from the Royal Divan, the king's executive office. Ties with Saudi Aramco, the world's most profitable company and a behemoth of the oil industry, ensure that the Saudi royal family continues to accumulate wealth. It's difficult to accurately assess the wealth of the House of Saud, in part because the family contains as many as 15,000 extended members, many of whom have founded businesses, received government contracts, and more. The Rothschilds family. The Rothschild family is a wealthy Ashkenazi Jewish family originally from Frankfurt that rose to prominence with Meyer Amscher Rothschild, a court factor to the German Landgraves of Hesse-Kassel in the Free City of Frankfurt, Holy Roman Empire, who established his banking business in the 1760s. During the 19th century, the Rothschild family possessed the largest private fortune in the world, as well as in modern world history. Although, the family's wealth declined over the 20th century, and was divided among many descendants. Today, their interests cover a diverse range of fields, including financial services, real estate, mining, energy, agriculture, winemaking, and non-profits. Today the Rothschilds have a collective net worth of $400 billion and is known as one of the wealthiest families in history. The House of Windsor. The House of Windsor came into being in 1917, when the name was adopted as the British royal family's official name by a proclamation of King George V, replacing the historic name of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. It remains the family name of the current royal family. Queen Elizabeth's grandfather, King George V, was the first Windsor monarch, and today's working royals are the descendants of King George and his wife, Queen Mary. The members of the royal family are known to live modest lives, serve in the military and do charity work. According to Forbes, the British royal family is worth a total estimated $88 billion. The Murdoch. Members of the Murdoch family are prominent as international media magnates and media tycoons, especially with roots from Australia and the United Kingdom, along with their media assets being more prominent in the United States. Some members have also been prominent in the arts, clergy, and military. 5 generations of the family are descended from 2 Scottish immigrants to Australia, the Reverend James Murdoch, 1818 to 1884, a minister of the Free Church of Scotland, and his wife Helen, née Garden, 1826 to 1905. Both were from the Pitsligo area of Aberdeenshire and migrated to the colony of Victoria in 1884. This family holds several international media proprietors, especially in Australia. They started their empire in the field of arts, clergy and military in the country. Keith Murdoch was a political journalist in one of Melbourne's leading newspapers, and when he became the editor, he increased the sales of the newspaper. After his demise, his son Rupert Murdoch took over his legacy. The media mogul Rupert Murdoch is infamous for being one of the founders and the owner of formerly the world's largest media empire, News Corporation, a company that was spun off in mid-2013, splitting its entertainment assets to 21st Century Fox and its media publishing assets to form the new News Corporation. Currently the Murdochs still has the controlling interest in the remains of the acquisition of 21st Century Fox by the Walt Disney Company that was spun off to Fox Corporation, and still remains as top executives of the new News Corp. Murdoch is the 34th richest person in the US and the 96th richest person in the world, with an approximate net worth of $13.1 billion.